I'm the Duke, the mighty Duke. The Duke, a Pope and a King. Whenever I'm in New York, I look at CultureShare and I want to, they're doing a fantastic job. Thanks for keeping the culture alive.
Oh, they must be crazy. Not with my man. I don't play so. Look, give me a chance. Look, move. It's my bossy. I tell you, it's my bossy. I tell you, it's my bossy. Look, mister, it's my bossy. It's my bossy. It's my bossy. It's my bossy. I tell you, it's my bossy. Everybody you wanna jam. You come out to flim, you come out to flam. On every woman you wanna jam. Go ahead, brother, have a ball. That's no interest of mine at all. Jam your jam, that ain't bother me. Once you a jam on my property, hear me, I say hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me. This bouncy is mine. This one. This bouncy is mine. This one. Find you on the wine behind. This bouncy is mine. I love it. This bouncy is mine. This bouncy is mine. Find you on the wine behind. This bouncy is mine. Look here, you could wine on Esther, Bray or Cynthia Paul, but besides one declare to touch my bouncy at all. Listen, this bouncy is mine. This bouncy is mine. Find you on the wine behind. This bouncy is mine. Hear me? This bouncy is mine. This bouncy is mine. This is where I draw the line. This bouncy is mine.
Well, hello again. This is where the action is. It's time to delve into the sweet rhythms of the Caribbean. This is CultureShare, and I am Harold PYSADEE. And today I have a very special guest who will be keeping me company today. He's a Calypso great. He won the Calypso Monarch in Trinidad and Tobago on 4 consecutive occasions, a record that is unmatched even today. 1968, 1969, 70, and 71. He gave us great hits like Black is Beautiful, DJ Honey Needle, Thunder, How Many More Must Die. It is the one and only Mighty Duke.
I need some help with this one. Minding people business. Sing with me. Some people are spending life minding people business. What they like is making strife. Minding people business. Gossip, gossip every day. Lord, you go sweat they getting paid for minding. Tell them, get alive. Get alive. Get alive of your own. And leave people business alone. Get alive. Tell them, get alive. Tell your neighbor, get alive of your own. Never leave your business alone. Maybe such a man-in-law.
Minding people business.
And then she husband leave she for.
Minding people business.
Dirty wears pack up like monks.
Minding people business.
But she sit down like Goldilocks.
Minding people business.
Tell them, get alive. Tell them,
Get alive.
tell your neighbor, get alive of your own. Never leave my business alone.
Get alive.
You must tell them, get alive. Tell your neighbor, get alive of your own. I say leave my business alone. They know all you did,
What I do.
who you're sleeping with.
What I do.
They know who you owe,
What I do.
how much you borrow.
What I do.
They know where you shop,
What I do.
who fridge you full up.
What I do.
They know your whole life,
What I do.
who loving your wife.
What I do.
Get alive, tell them, get alive. Tell your neighbor, get alive of your own. Never leave my business alone.
Get alive.
You must tell them,
Get alive.
tell them, get alive of your own. I said leave my business alone.
Aha, well, this is the man himself, the man Kelvin Pope, the Mighty Duke.
Harold, it's great to be in CultureShare. It's long overdue.
Oh, you said it. Now, Duke, first thing I want to bring up with you, no matter where I go, I always seem to encounter people when we talk Calypso and they talk about the Mighty Duke. the word makume seemed to come out. You like a lot of makume in your kaiso, and I think one of the reasons why people tend to say that is when they listen to a calypso like Get a Life.
Well, yes, I believe Calypso should take every aspect of life, everything, you know, the joys, the sorrows, whatever, life, and it encompasses every part of life. As a consequence, I sing on everything, party, you know, bacchanal, you name it, I sing on it.
Minding people business, is it something you experience when you look out your window one morning, or or the thought just hit you one time? I mean, how did it come about?
Well, it's not everyday thing, you know. People just don't mind their own business. So you know, I have to tell them that in song, so they will hear it every day, and they will stop and mind their own business. That's it.
So, when it came to writing the calypso, you know, I could see you sitting down writing that calypso, and as you're writing that calypso, there's a big smile on your face.
Oh yeah. When I'm writing, if I can't enjoy what I'm writing, if I can't laugh, then it's not good. So therefore, I know, you know, I have to laugh and enjoy it like, as you would.
What kind of environment do you need to get into for that creative juices to flow?
Very quiet. I'm going to be by myself, very quiet, you know, and so I can let my thoughts just expand and stray and so on, you know. Very quiet environment.
You ever start writing a calypso when you reach a quarter way or close to halfway, you start to lose the vibe and just totally blank it?
Oh yeah. I've done that so many times.
Is it frustrating?
Very. But I never give up. I just, you know, leave it alone and come back another day or, you know, some other time. I never leave it alone, I mean, totally.
Why is it you find that artists produce an album, but the song that is a favorite on the album is never the song that is the public favorite?
It happens all the time. It happens to me, I know this for sure. It happens to me all the time. Every time I work on an album, I finish the album, somebody says, watch this song, that song. I said, no, this song is mine, this one, I love this song. And nobody seems to pay attention to it. But I love it.
When the Mighty Duke comes on stage, there is that aura of command, because you have been described as a man who has a stately figure.
Oh, thank you.
So to speak.
Thank you.
You have a command on that stage. How did that come about? Is it experience?
Mostly experience. I've been along since King Hatcher was a hammer. And I've been out there a long time, and you know, I've learned my art from the greats. I saw Spoiler, Kitchener, Sparrow, you know, the greats, Cypher. I learned my art from the greats. So therefore, you know, when I go to perform, I see them in me, I feel them in me, so I do my thing. But then I come out with my thing. That's about it.
I have a vision right now. You know what is a vision? I seen Mavis going down by the fish market to sell she fish.
Right.
And on the way to the market, some quarreling happening in her house, and she forget where she going and stand up minding people business.
I hear you.
Let me go back to you working hard.
Minding people business.
Cynthia leaves she house to clean.
Minding people business.
Go on by she neighbor Josephine.
Minding people business.
All she bread in the oven bun. As she here come, as she gone. Tell her, get alive, get alive, get alive of your own. I say leave my business alone.
Get alive.
Let me hear you say,
Get alive.
tell her, get alive of your own. I say leave my business alone. Big Calypsonian too.
Minding people business.
All the names I could give to you,
Minding people business.
but lawyer fee I can't afford.
Minding people business.
It's three mighty and one Lord. Tell them, get alive, get alive, get alive. I own. I say leave my business alone.
Get alive.
You must tell them, look, get alive. Tell them, get alive on your own. Never leave my business alone. They know all you do,
What I
who
do.
you doing it to.
What I do.
They have done your fire,
What I do.
which I love the child.
What I do.
They know where you are,
What I do.
how much you borrow.
What I do.
They know as you're gone,
What I do.
no man does get on. Get alive, tell them,
Get alive.
tell your neighbor
Get alive.
of you. business alone.
Get a life.
Let me hear you say,
Get a life.
tell them from today, get a life of your own. Or they leave my business alone. Let me hear you say, tell them from today, get a life of your own. I say leave my business, get a life. Tell them, get a life of your own. I say leave my business alone. Let me hear you say, tell them from today, get a life of your own. Mister, leave my business alone. Tell them, get a life. Tell them, get a life of your own. I say, leave my business alone. Get a life. Let me hear you say, tell them from today, get a life of your own. Mister, leave my business alone. Get a life. Tell them, get a life. Tell them, get a life of your own. Or you leave my business alone. Get a life. Tell them, get a life. Tell them, get a life of your own. Or you leave my business alone. Get a life. Tell them, get a life. Tell them, get a life.
We definitely need more of this kind of calypso on stage, Duke.
I agree with you 100%. We need the serious songs. We need the humorous songs. That is what calypso is all about.
I want to go back a little. As far back as when I was a little boy in Grenada. I remember still in primary school.
Let's go back a long time.
No, just the other day, man. Just the other day. And we were getting prepared to go to Regal Cinema to look at the Amber Kyla show.
Right.
And the star attraction on the Amber Kyla show, the Mighty Duke, together with singing Francine.
That's right, that's right.
And as a little boy up to today, there was one song that always stayed with me. And you know, I've never heard that song again from the Mighty Duke.
Which song was that?
Stephanie.
Oh, yes. That was a classic.
Every time I see you walk, listen how my heart does talk. How the verse go? Give me a verse, man.
I doubt I got that's ages. That's a pretty well.
But that calypso stayed with me.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful song. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you now, I am doing Back in Times album. You're going Back in Times, and I'm doing. I have 3 on CD already, and so we have 3 CDs coming out. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Very soon, maybe from August, of the old good old songs.
Do people remind you of certain calypsos, and when they remind you, you realize, hey, but you know, it's a long time I even think about this calypso I sing way back when?
People know. I won't say people remind me of. Oh, like when you mention the song.
You're right.
Oh yeah. Well, I tell you what, I am selfish in the sense that I play all my old songs as often as possible. And then I ask myself, you know, did I write that? And because I find it so lyrics perfect and everything. Even when I was much younger, you know, like I was writing better songs then than I'm writing now.
What you're trying to say is that no, to get into the party groove, you had to this Boomsy's mind much more.
Yeah, you've got to.
So you're writing as per the time.
Right, you have to. As a being artist, you have to keep up to date with what's happening, and if you stay back, then you're out of it.
We were discussing a while ago the whole concept of the recording studio, and we were mentioning sometime you have to take 1, 2, 3 takes, and you were saying, but today compared to way back when, it was a totally different situation.
Completely different. I remember recording. My first recording was done with 2 microphones. The band have one, and the background vocals, and I have the other. And when the band man make a mistake, we go all back over again. Everybody go back over again.
Sometimes you stroops once, 3 times, twice.
Man. When the guys singing, the chorus guys singing, and you singing the same microphone, they're answering you. Some of them singing, and they had a drink or 2, so you know, they like a good old part. They sing a duck from the center.
I guess you had to like boxing to them days.
Oh yeah.
Bob and Weave.
Oh yeah. And we made some beautiful recordings. Would you believe it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Black is beautiful.
Classics, the classics.
Yes,
the
that is true. That is true. Well, you know, Duke, the time goes on.
Yeah.
And you know, the young people is the jump and wave, jump up and wave, and the purists are concerned, as you are, about where it's gonna head. Now we'll be touching on that when we come back.
Thank you.
Stay with us on CultureShare.
SOCA, I tell him it's SOCA.
know this is for no soca. I repeat it, soca. Still, the Japanese partner boom. Continue to call it for no. Whining as a Trinidad blood. Jamming like it for your initiation. Friend, that you know Trinidad side. Call it sweet and sweet. Oh yeah, yeah, that's for no sweet and sweet. Call it sweet and sweet. Oh yeah, that's for no really sweet. Sweet and sweet. Why not? Jumping on the street. Calling on the beat. Oh yeah, for no sweet, sweet, sweet. Harold, let's talk on the subject of soca and where it's heading, because most of our viewers have been discussing this, I'm sure, all along.
Oh yes, the soca music, the jump and wave, put your flag in the air,
Right.
put your rag in the air. There have been a lot of talk by a lot of the purists that there's too much of it, and it ain't doing nothing good for the art form. My philosophy is that there's a lot of it, yes, but it's what the media is playing. I'll be honest with you, it has a market. The young people are enjoying it. The people are going crazy. I mean, when Marshall Montano jump on a stage and he shaky waist, the ladies go wild and they'll pay any money to come and see Marshall Montano. So it has its market. What does Mighty Duke think about it when he sits and analyzes the whole soca situation? And is there still a place for the indigenous Kaisonian like yourself?
Oh yes, oh yes. That's the dance part of it. But we have the lyric part of it, you know, and there's room for them and there's room for us. You know, it's needed. You can't separate the both things. They're there together. The party section and the section of people want to sit down and listen to good lyrics and you know, and say something positive.
But when you but do you still feel that the media is doing an injustice to the other kind of calypso, like your type of calypso, by really pushing more of the soca music?
Well, yes, they are definitely pushing more of this dance music because basically the stations are dance oriented. The stations are dance oriented. They sell dance music because probably they get that's how they advertise better or whatever, you know. So the serious songs, the good, the songs that are more positive songs are held back. They play them sort of more spasmodically, you know. I think that they should be played equally because we need the both sides of this business. It's the only way things can go forward when you play the both sides equally.
And then there's a question now of when would calypso and soca music make it on this big world international market? When would it reach the Grammys? When would a white man pick it up with the millions of dollars and throw it out there? What is your vision as far as that is concerned?
I see it coming. It's there. It's almost there. It's almost there. It may not break here first in America, but it'll break in Europe. It would. And feed back to America. Because they can't help it. Right now, there's nothing new out there. What they've been hearing, and they hear the same thing for quite some time. If you listen, it's seeping into the thing because if you listen to some advertisements they have on TV and so on, it's basic calypso rhythms, but they wouldn't acknowledge it's calypso rhythm, but it's calypso. So they're getting into it. They will. As a matter of fact, it's like South Africa. Had to be free. They have to free calypso, and they must bring it on the it has to. There's nothing to do with that. It must get there.
You read a lot of literature books?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Sound like a philosopher, man. And some people are saying too that the calypsonians had to get out of singing about Tanti Dong in Mayaro and this kind of village thing because that can't work on the international market because nobody understands what they're singing about.
That's not true. That's not true. Calypsonian has to do what he has to do, and he's a messenger of song. As a matter of fact, I wrote a song called "What Is Calypso?" and I say it is a feeling from deep within, a tale of joy, sadness, and suffering. It's an editorial in song of the life we undergo. That is calypso. So he has to do what he has to do. And people appreciate calypso. I've sung calypso in Stockholm to people who have never heard calypso before. And I mean, I don't mean the jam and wine. I mean calypso. And they laugh their heads off at the humorous ones and listen attentively to the serious ones. So I know it can go anywhere as calypso.
There is another point that I am concerned about also. It is the whole question of re-educating our people who are spread in North America and Europe. We have millions of people who are spread out in these territories who can identify with calypso but do not hear a lot of the calypso. And so we need to reach out to them. There are millions who, if each of them buy one juke record,
oh, when Juke do a rich man.
you're gonna say you can't afford to come as long and talk to me. Yeah.
Well, you say re-educate them.
Yes.
I say first you have to uneducate them.
Oh, I see.
And then
re-educate them.
Yes.
Okay. Take away the.
That's right.
okay.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
All right, Juke. So what we're gonna do right now is to have some soca music.
Beautiful.
One of the soca men, Iowa George,
Beautiful.
working hard
Fantastic young
in Brooklyn.
Fantastic young
There we go.
I want to say good morning to the Trinidad and Tobago massive. Anybody from Trinidad and Tobago? Put your hand if you feel alright. Raise your hand if you feel alright. Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand if you feel alright. Go! Okay. Put your hand in the air. Jump, 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 jump. On a bam bam, hey, hey. On a bam bam, hey. On a bam bam, on a bam bam. Listen, soca jam in the land. My mama to jam. On a bam bam, on a bam bam. Putting something before it lays. Time to celebrate. On a bam bam, hey, hey. On a bam bam. Have some critics in this land. Don't want me, no one can jam. Back in sugar boom boom time. All of them do the wine, 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 wine. On a bam bam, on a bam bam. Hey, let's stop. Let us the bam bam, bam bam. Let us the bam bam, bam bam. Let us the bam bam, bam bam. Let us the bam bam, on a bam bam, on a bam bam, on a bam bam. Hey, on a bam bam. Anyone you want, wine, wine. I want you to want, wine, wine. Anyone you want, wine, wine. Wine, wine. Oh oh, yeah, wine, wine. Oh oh, make a wine, girl. Oh oh, make a wine, boy. Oh oh, make a wine, girl. Oh oh, make a wine, boy. Oh oh, drop. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. Up, 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 up. So, on a bam bam, on a bam bam, hey, hey. On a bam bam, on a bam bam. Listen, soca jam in the place. Time for man to break. On a bam bam, on a bam bam. For woman and man in here, time to interfere. On a bam bam, hey, hey. On a bam bam. Look now what a shot he say. Them man had a day to play. Don't let them confuse your mind. Carnival we go wine, 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 wine. On a bam bam, hey. On a bam bam, hey, hey. Let's stop. Let us the bam bam, bam bam. Let us the bam bam, bam bam. Let us the bam bam, bam bam. On a bam bam, on a bam bam, on a bam bam, hey. On a bam bam. Let's go. Anyone you want, wine, wine. I want you to want, wine, wine. Anyone you want, wine, wine. Wine don't you know, wine, wine. Oh oh, yeah, mama. Oh oh, make a wine, girl. Oh oh, make a wine, boy. Oh oh, make a wine, girl. Oh oh, make a wine, boy. Oh oh, drop. Come on then. Oh gosh. Win. If you come here to party, can't hear you. I let me hear you. Come, selector, come. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. Jump, jump, jump. Jump up and kick off. Hurry up, play, jump, 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 jump. Hey, jump up and kick off. Hey, play, jump, jump, jump. Put your hand in the air and jump. Put your hand in the air and jump. Raise your hand, everybody. I don't see you. 1, 2. Jump up and kick off. Hurry. Hey, hey, hey. If you come here Let's have some jump. Put on in the air and jump. Put on in the air and jump. Let's on everybody. One, two, jump up and down. Love it.
That was Iowa George on CultureShare, and I'm the Mighty Duke. It's glad to have you. Please stay with us.
Women shouldn't fear to walk any street anytime they choose. Without you appear like a bull in heat when you drink your booze. Let she dress how she feel to dress. I confess you may get a thrill, but don't put she under duress. And force she again she will. I said no, Mr. Crockett, no, Mr. Crockett, no, no, no. Lock your rocket in your pocket. Yes, Crockett, I said rocket in your pocket. Tell him, lock your rocket in your pocket. Yes, Mr. Rocket in your pocket. Look, if she tell you no, if she tell you go, if she tell you yes, go hold she and rip down all she dress. I say lock your rocket in your pocket. Oh, Mr. Rocket in your pocket. Tell him. That's it. Show him.
The Mighty Duke. When one thinks of the name Duke, you think of some white man who's standing up in some royal castle. But this is a black man who is a Duke.
Duke of Calypso.
Duke of Calypso. How were you given that name?
As a kid, I did a play in school, and as a Duke of something, it's so long I can't remember. And it stuck with me from then. As a Duke of whatever, Duke. Stuck with me.
And how did you get into Calypso?
I've always liked poetry. I used to write poetry and so on. And then again, like singing. My mom was a Mother Baptist woman and that sort of thing. And we always had us in the choir singing in the church, and sang in the Catholic choir, sang in the Baptist choir. And from one thing lead to the other. I started writing calypsos, and the first songs I wrote, I gave it to a friend of mine. He's dead now. His name was Syncopeta.
Wait, by the way, let me just stop you there for a second, because you were speaking about the Baptist, your mother that's a Baptist, and I'm hearing in my head, wap, wap, beep, wap, wap, do, wap, wap, beep, wap, wap. And
Rhythm.
that is something that's synonymous with Duke, eh?
Yes, the rhythm,
Wap,
Baptist
wap,
rhythm.
wap, wap. So that comes from deep within.
Oh
eh?
yeah, she was a spiritual Baptist. As a matter of fact, we lived in the church was below the house, under the house. We lived on top of the church.
So you had spiritual influences from above, from a child. From
a child, and that sort of thing, Singing with my sister and I. My sister's dead now. She was a fan. She had a beautiful voice. And I got the calypso through friends, influence and so on. And I'm still here today. Thank God.
You remember your first night in a calypso tent?
Oh yes, in Point. I was in Point Fort. I sang in Point in Deep South with people like the same guy who died, Syncopeta, a guy called Impressor, Calypso Joe, a few of us. And then I went to San Fernando to sing. And then I Calypso tent also with Stalin.
And what year was that?
Oh, that's in the 60s. 60s, early 60s. We had the Southern Brigade and so on, and Power, you remember Power? Yeah, and then from there I was invited to come to town and sing like with Sparrow. And that's how it started.
So when would you say was the big transition period for you? Was that time when you came to sing with Sparrow, or would you say it happened before? I mean, when you said, I am the Mighty Duke, and I am here to leave a lasting impression on this art form, and I'm going to stick with it until I die. When did it happen to you?
Very, very early, very, very early. Very early, I realized that I really love this thing, and I want to make good in it. So I really started working very, very hard towards, making something of it. Because at that time when you looked around, you saw that there were only, few people who was doing well in the business. I said, look, I've got to work hard and try to make a name for myself, and I did.
But at that time, as a young man wanting to be a success, you had no idea of the amount of heartaches and rough times that you would have in this art form.
No,
And when it
certainly not.
stared you in your face, did you say, Lord, what did I get myself into here?
No. My love for it, you see, I loved it. And that rose above everything else. No matter what adversity there was, I loved it. And I mean, not just love, but from deep down inside, I love calypso. I really do. Above most any other thing.
So for the young person who wants to get into it and wants to be a mighty duke,
You have to love it. You have to, at this time, you have to love it. You have to love it and work hard.
you are keeping on the love because you understand that there'll be a lot of adversities for a young artist.
Oh yeah, everything.
But once you have the love, you will overcome
The love holds
the
you.
hurdles.
That's right. The love holds you there. You got to love it. I mean, truly love it to stay with it. And if you stay with it and you work hard, ain't nothing going to stop you.
You ever sing a calypso yet, and when you come off stage, you say, I ain't satisfied with that performance?
Oh, many times. Many times I work and I'm very unhappy. With something else, maybe the band, I'm not happy with the music, I'm not happy with myself, or something, the lights or something. I'm a very hard person to please when I'm out there, in the studio, when I'm performing. They tell you, ask around, they tell you, I'm very, very difficult. Because I like to do something good. If it's not good, then I can't do it. I can't deal with it.
So would you say there is a need for much more professionalism in the art form?
There most certainly is.
So what is the problem? I know it ain't the calypsonian itself. It ain't the calypsonian, but would you say it's the people that's involved in the administration of it?
Everything is everything, a bit of everything. People involved, the artists themselves. There's a need for a little more professionalism from all concerned, not just the people involved, but the artists and and all who are around the business, the art, the performer, the producer, everybody in business, a little more professionalism.
When you are in a show with 10, 11, 12, 13 calypsonians, do you feel intimidated by anyone?
Oh no, never. I tell myself the show starts when I get on stage. That's when the show really starts.
That is an artist. He know what he's talking about. It comes from the heart.
Oh yeah.
This is the mighty Duke. And I know one man that has been a great influence in your career is the Grandmaster himself, Mr.
yes.
Alden Roberts, the Lord Kitchener.
Oh yes, they're the greatest calypsonian ever lived. Yes, barring none. The world will never see another Lord Kitchener. You have to know calypso to really appreciate the work that Kitchener has done and is still doing as to be the top calypsonian he is today. Fantastic person.
Well, let's look at the man himself, working hard
Oh yeah,
in New York
the Lord.
on a Mother's Day weekend. Kitchener.
If you have intention to make final, a lot of dedication is essential. If you have intention to make final, a lot of dedication is essential. Your chance is doomed if you can't put out your best. There is no room for the weak and powerless. You got to make sure that your rating is high, or you need credential to qualify.
You must come heavy musically in every way. That's what it means. Well, my chum, there'll be no sympathy on that final day. The heavy roller will start to maneuver just now. Everybody go know their place. If you know that you like and you ain't had your way, keep right and pass this up on the straight.
If you think you're ready to do battle, you better make sure you're heavy and capable. You got to have the power to keep jamming and keep the panorama posse jumping. The great North Stand will be waiting patiently for any band that will fail miserably. So if you really don't want to get who around, just pray your performance don't let you down. 'cause
You must drum heavy musically in every way. That's what they say. Well, my chum, every note sympathy on that final day.
Every roller will start to maneuver just now. Everybody gonna know their fate. If you know that you like and you ain't had your way, keep right and pass it up on the straight. I get to understand as it talks spreading. All them little bands started practicing. As you walk around the block, you could hear jamming till 2 and 3 o'clock in the wee morning. They quite aware of the grand competition, so they all prepare to rise to the occasion. But tell them whatever they do in 95, it's only the heavyweight will survive.
You must come heavy musically in every way. That's what they say. Well, my chum, every note sympathy on that final day.
The heavy roller will start to maneuver just now. Everybody gonna know their face. If you know that you like and you ain't had your way, keep right and pass it up on the straight.
Lord Kitchener, Heavy Roller on CultureShare. I am Harold PYSADEE.
And I'm the mighty Duke.
Duke, you have won the competition four consecutive occasions. Nobody else has done that. You have longevity in the art form from the 60s up to now. So some people say you're bread butter. I don't know.
Which it was.
Why are you in competition today?
You mean in
Dimashgra.
Dimashgra?
Yes.
Well, if you remember, I haven't been to Dimashgra for quite some time, for many years now. I thought of going back last year because most of all, the people I recorded with asked me to go back in. So they say probably will help the record. And I too want to go back in because by the time I get back in there and shake my feet a little, let the kids know that Duke is still around and could do something. And I like the fun. I like the fun of going back there.
Some people use the term, and personally, I ain't no old man and you ain't no old man, but they like to say, well, this person, that person, if I ain't too old for that. You ever hear in CALYPSO? Is there old in CALYPSO? I thought you're supposed to sing CALYPSO till you have voice no more.
Yeah, in the arts, it's not like only in the arts. Only clothes get old and shoes and car and things. People don't get old. People get better like wine, get sweeter and so on,
There's the one in the bottle, eh?
That's right. People don't get old. I think that they need us there. They need us in that Dimashgra. They need Sparrow. They need myself. They need Stalin. They need us. They need us there. Chalk Dust, Shadow. They need us there. Because what's happening, a few good young guys in the business, but then the real CALYPSO is missing. And we have the real thing. And until they learn the art form properly, then we can back up.
This is the gospel according to the mighty Jew.
I think so.
Stay with us.
Over and over. But all I beg you, partner, boom. Still say this is for wonder. He's making me wonder. Maybe in the translation, Fungono is SOCA in Japan.
Duke, if you're standing up on these sidelines and you see a man holding a gun to CALYPSO head and you're about to pull the trigger, what are you going to do?
I have to bulletproof that, man, because we can't afford to kill Calypso.
In other words, you can't destroy Calypso.
Don't destroy Calypso.
Which, incidentally, is the title of one of your songs for 95. Don't destroy Calypso music.
That's right. Don't destroy Calypso, the mighty Duke.
And even though the angle is different from the gun at Calypso head, we'll still enjoy it in song from the goodly gentleman.
When they want to bring down a people, it's an old trick they all employ. When they want to destroy a people, the people's culture they first destroy. Calypso was fearless attacking on, and most respected by big and small. Now suddenly, right out of the blue, they say nothing to me and you. I suspect a conspiracy to destroy my people culturally. That's why I'm saying, don't destroy Calypso music. That is all I say. Don't destroy Calypso music. Many, many great Calypsonians suffered much to only survive all the trials and tribulation just to keep this culture alive. Tell them, don't destroy Calypso music. All you tell them, don't destroy Calypso music. Look, they pay him 30 pieces of silver to sell the master away. The same 30 pieces of silver they are offering us today. But
Don't destroy Calypso music.
all you sing and tell them,
Don't destroy Calypso music.
oh, whoa, love and I don't die. Woo. This was planned and well orchestrated by men with other interests in mind. From behind they manipulated a total cultural decline. Look, Calypso was vibrant, raging and strong. Every night the 10 pack and breaking down. But nowadays these things that are here, they keep playing constantly in the air. It does break my heart, I just feel so sad. They say this is the culture of Trinidad. All you tell them,
Don't destroy Calypso music.
all you sing and tell them.
Don't destroy Calypso music.
Look, we never interfere with the culture. Their religion is still intact, but they pounce on we like a vulture with an underhanded attack. All you tell them,
Don't destroy Calypso music.
not stand, sing and tell them.
Don't destroy Calypso music.
Look, they invest in millions in rival music, $50 in Calypso. A little child could see a damn trick. Who they fooling? I want to know. Tell them.
Don't destroy Calypso music.
All you sing and tell them.
Don't destroy Calypso music.
Oh, oh, oh. We must all respect our culture. It's the heart and soul of the land. But they're stripping it like a vulture. They are destroying our tradition. They say we must change, and I do agree. To get it across internationally. But my friend, the only changes are here is they're singing the same thing year after year. So if that is the change, they're changing, brother, then they're throwing out the babe in the bath water. All you tell them,
Don't destroy Calypso music.
all you sing and tell them.
Don't destroy Calypso music.
Look, from the lion to kitchen sparrow, it's a culture we gave the world. What them fellas doing, I don't know, but it's getting out of control. Tell them,
Don't destroy Calypso music.
all you sing and tell them.
Don't destroy Calypso music.
fan as well as a critic, old enough to know right from wrong. I sacrifice my life for this music. I can't let them boys bring it down. No.
Don't destroy Calypso music.
All you tell them fellas.
Don't destroy Calypso music.
Whoa, whoa.
The mighty Duke. Duke, the ladies say you're the best dressed Calypsonian.
Thank you.
What is the secret?
Two fantastic tailors, Llewellyn and Boogie. Fellas, I'm gonna pay you soon, don't worry. Yeah, they're good. They are the best thing, young designers around. Llewellyn and Boogie. Whatever I wear, they so.
And they say these outfits are quite happy to be worn by you.
Thank you.
Duke, it's been a pleasure, man.
It's nice being here.
All right?
I love it.
We got to do this again sometime.
Sometimes.
You
so.
keep up the good work. We need you in this art form.
Thank you. Man.
All right?
Thank you.
It was great. That's it. See you.
Some people are spending life minding people business. What they like is making strife. Minding people business. Gossip, gossip every day. Lord, you go swear they getting paid for minding. Tell them, get alive. Get alive. Get alive of your own. And leave people business alone. Get alive. Tell them, get alive. Tell your neighbor, get alive of your own. Never leave your business alone. Mavis and she man-in-law.
Minding people business.
And then she husband leave she for.
Minding people business.
Dirty wares pack up like bunks.
Minding people business.
But she sit down like Goldilocks.
Minding people business.
Tell them, get alive. Tell them,
Get alive.
tell your neighbor, get alive of your own. Never leave my business alone.
Get alive.
You must tell them, get alive. Tell your neighbor, get alive of your own. I say leave my business alone. They know all you did,
What I
who
do.
you're sleeping with.
What I do.
They know who you owe,
What I do.
how much you borrow.
What I do.
They know where you shop,
What I do.
who fridge you full up.
What I do.
They know your whole life,
What I do.
who loving your wife.
What I do.
Get alive, tell them, get alive. Tell your neighbor, get alive of your own. Never leave my business alone.
Get alive.
You must tell them,
Get alive.
tell them, get alive of your own. I say leave my business alone. Oh, ba dee bee dee bee, and ba dang dong 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 dong. Ding dong. Cynthia leave she house to clean.
Minding people business.
Gone by she neighbor Josephine.
Minding people business.
All she bread in the oven bun.
Minding people business.
As she here come and she gone.
Minding people business.
Tell them, get alive, get alive, get alive of your own. I say leave my business alone.
Get alive.
Let me hear you say,
Get alive.
tell them, get alive of your own. I say leave my business alone. Big Calypsonian too.
Minding people business.
All the names I could give to you,
Minding people business.
but lawyer fee I can't afford.
Minding people business.
It's three mighty and one Lord.
Minding people business.
Tell them, get alive, get alive, get alive. I own. I say leave my business alone.
Get alive.
You must tell them, look, get alive. Tell them, get alive of your own. Never leave my business alone. They know all you do.